So here we are at the deadline. Decisions possibly to make. We are first in the division by 7 points over the Sharks, and 2 points behind the Blackhawks for the league in the entire lead in the entire league. So that's pretty good, I would say. 40, 15, and 8. Now we've had some trouble in overtime, but not too worried about that, right? I won't come back to bite us in the playoffs, but. The decision of whether or not to kind of make a trade here, it kind of depends on what is simply available on the market, which, to be fair, hasn't been a ton, or isn't a ton, really. There's kind of, for what we're looking at, slim pickings. Now, would suggest that I take a look at swapping around some defensive stuff to see if we can maybe get some better chemistries here and there. Well, you could do that and get +3 on the top line if you switch like that, Nurse and Broberg. Okay, if you do that, it won't. I don't know. I'm not super thrilled about the +3 to move Nurse off that top unit. It's pretty tough to kind of rationalize that. Yeah. Unless I... Oh, unfortunate. You could have Broberg, Bouchard together, +3, and then +3 here. I mean, good to know that's an option moving forward. Yeah, it's... I don't think it's... To me, it's not that important to kind of swap things around, I don't think. I mean, we could try that for the playoffs if we're kind of struggling to do a wholesale switch. It'd have to be Broberg, obviously, but yeah. We can get +3 by doing that, having, Clefbaum and Jones together, kind of maybe split up some of the shutdown. Yeah, it's an option. I don't know. Kind of make Clefbaum better, but can Bouchard succeed on the top pairing is the question. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to kind of switch something up when it's working. But again, that second line, the plus-minus is bad. They're not producing. But again, that's also with Bouchard theoretically maybe being paired up with them. I mean, they got similar plus-minuses. You got to think they're playing together quite a bit. So, I don't know. Well, I'll kind of keep my eye on that. Let's go back to, and at this point, I'm pretty much going to look for a center. So, I guess, it doesn't have to be. The role's not too super important, I guess. But years left probably is at this point. I mean, we could get a longer term type guy on the second line, but that might not be in the cards. Let's do like 2 years max. That'll just kind of narrow the list down a bit. So yeah. I almost don't mind Backstrom. It's just that the extra year, if that was a pure rental, I would 100% go for that, but it's unfortunately not. Like, he would be probably pretty sick for that second line. Weird thing is, there's like no one here who like matches our second line. Which is kind of interesting. Okay, well, Ryan Strome fits on the top 6 lines. Unfortunately, he's in Carolina, which is a good team, and they're probably not willing to give him up. But god damn it, he kind of be good. Like 2 years at 4.1 mil. That would be really, really good. Now, they're not really utilizing him. Like, okay, well, I wonder if he's stat growthed up because he had 64 points. It kind of looks like he might be. Yeah, it's almost kind of seeming like he might be. But that would kind of really be the only guy I go for. He's only got 76 faceoffs, but that's not horrible, I guess. Obviously no extension. There's Lindholm on Calgary. But yeah, it weirdly fits onto that fourth line. This guy tops. I mean, it would be fine-ish. Let's see if we could somehow trade with Carolina. Yeah, they don't want to give him up. They're a buying team. Makes sense. But they got Aho Natchez, so yeah, they actually are probably using him as a winger right now. Well, are they though? Because he's... It's saying, yeah, second line and second power play, but his points are garbage. Now, I wonder if that's a reflection on him or their strategies. It's kind of tough to say. So, is there even a way to make this happen? I don't know. They want Yamamoto, so another kind of pure winger, and he's on a very, very, very good contract for him. Like, that's a real solid contract. We'd be kind of moving linearly, at least when it comes to contracts. So, say, we threw in Yamamoto. It's close, but it probably doesn't go through. That's a terrific deal for them. Actually, they're kind of on the edge. 33, 26, and 3. They're not doing tremendous, so maybe they could use a little shake-up. Or maybe they would want to be using a little bit of a shake-up. Get a pure winger instead of... Well, again, it's kind of a linear move. Let's see. Would they go straight up? No. So we'd have to kick in some extra stuff, which kind of makes sense in this situation. Huh. I don't really know if we have much else we could chuck in here. Obviously, we're holding on to this guy, but this would make sense. We have Stevens, and then he could play like left wing side, and then still have Puljujärvi with Strome. I wonder how he does chemistry-wise. You never know, but I'm liking him for that second line, as long as he gets there. Which he should, man. We'll see, though. We already don't have our first. And do we give up that goal? Yeah, we gave up that goalie. So already kind of strapped for value. But this does help us out for now and the future. Another grinder. Yeah, we have a couple of those grinders. I guess we could probably give up this guy. Now he's 70 at 18, so he's actually pretty solid. You know, oh yeah, maybe turns into a well, we could throw in this Severson guy first, because he's absolute garbage. Alright, not quite. Damn, I really wish this guy was on the block. Having Severson in there gets us, I guess, closer, but not quite there. I don't really want to trade future firsts yet. I feel like we're not in that situation. Let's see where these guys were drafted. That was 22, 22, 23. So I got to chuck in these two guys, I guess. Yeah. I don't even know how much, if at all, they're helping. I didn't want to have... I might have to be that low elite. Which, again, it's kind of tough to do that, but... we still have Caleb Jones. At least for now, right? So... is throwing this guy in going to be enough? Second round selection. Like, damn. And he's going to make the NHL. I don't know how good he's going to be, but he's for sure going to make the NHL. I don't think there's a universe where he doesn't. He's already grown quite a bit this year, I think. I mean, if this doesn't go through, I don't really want to give up much more than this. Sweeten the value just a touch. Okay, well, we're close then. So this guy fits into the top 6. And that's guaranteed. He's built pretty well. 92 offensive awareness. Good defense. Not the greatest of face-offs, but they're good enough. 76. Good passing. Yeah, I kind of like him. Now, he hasn't really been performing well, but Carolina's been sort of struggling. It's saying he's on the second line. But, you know, does he find success if we put Hornqvist back down there? Throw Wisniewski back onto the top line. And then maybe we can make our power play slightly better by evening it out. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Our power play's kind of good the way it is, I think. We can at least have Strome in there, right? Alright, Sweeten the Valley just such here. So now we could use those goaltenders. So Pauline for sure. This guy was 23 or 22. He was 22, but would I want to sign him? I mean, not really. Yeah. I might only need one of them in there, though. Never mind. We'll throw a couple of the fringe starters in there. Really? Is that really not going to be enough? Because it's probably not on the match in the block. That's probably why they're saying, oh my goodness. Come on, man. We can keep one of those guys in there, maybe toss a pick in there, or do we have any garbage? We can throw in that top 4 guy who's absolute dog water. Or we have some of these guys. There you go. Okay. So trade has been made. No more Yamamoto. But we needed the center. We need to spark that line somehow. And perhaps chemistry-wise, he would fit a bit better. Let's put Hornqvist on the one time. And then we throw Strome in there. +3. Boom. With Hornqvist on there, +3. So this line's much, much better now chemistry-wise. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Let's see here. Do that. Now, the question is, do I want to get Hornqvist onto that second unit, sort of balance that more? Not really. I kind of like our power play the way it is. So I think I'm going to leave it. The problem is you don't really have that goal scorer on this power play, right? I mean, Puljujärvi's kind of scoring, probably haven't been kind of thrust into that role, so whatever. Alright, now we could actually probably make our... Actually, I'll leave, I guess, Wisniewski in there, I guess, because, yeah. Because he's actually a shooter. So it should be all good. Yeah. And I'll have to keep Puljujärvi taking face-offs here, because that's just how it'll have to go. Alright, I like this. Now, the question is, do we want to mix up this stuff? I don't know if I do. Getting a +3 here is nice. It'd be an 87 and a 91. But I kind of worry about Nurse's ice time at that point. Although, he is listed as top 4. So he shouldn't actually freaking complain. Alright, you know what? Let's do a trial period of it. Let's try this out as like a trial period. Nurse, Bouchard, Jones, and Clefbaum. Try to make our top 4 just a bit more even. And see if the plus-minuses carry over. So basically, Bouchard's a +4. Clefbaum's a +6. And we know these guys are near 30. So we'll see if plus-minuses across the board sort of get better like that. And our overall team defense, will that get better? Because that's the most important thing. Speaking of which, let's take a look at it. I think it was like 276 or something, or maybe 28 something. I can't remember exactly, but we'll take a look. See where it's at now, and then see if that'll actually improve. We're hoping it does. Yeah, 276. Look at my memory. Alright, so it's at 276. If it can improve, that would be amazing. Hopefully it does. Before we actually get back to simming, though, I want to show you guys the draft class, because I'm pretty sure I did not do that. So there's your tops. No centers or anything. A bunch of wingers. A bunch of snipers. Some more, well, one defenseman in there. But mostly wingers. Let's see what we got here. Unfortunately, no guarantees yet. This guy probably not going to be an elite at this level, but I'll do it anyway. I wasn't supposed to scout here, but I might want to touch up. So I'll let it run to the next notification, I guess. Although I don't know how soon that's coming. Could actually come in. You know what? I can't remember if it's coming in the playoffs or it might be coming after. Either way, I'm gonna do just a couple of these. All right. Anyway, For the most part, I'm trying to... Yeah, there's actually quite a few. I guess I'll just wait on the rest of them. Okay, good. We got one guaranteed. Probably another one here. I'll pin him. And there's a gem, so I'll just pin him. But one guy here. Other than that, though, not a whole lot guaranteed quite yet. Yep, not quite. But there's some stuff there and some possibilities. So, pretty kind of a bigger trade here. Alright, so Strome, we'll see how he does at the tail end of this year as well. I'm hoping we just get better second line production. Like, that's really all we've been missing. So, we'll see. We had to sacrifice, you know, a decent player in Yamamoto, a decent prospect, which we don't have a huge need for because we still have Nurse, and then we got that DFD coming up. There's your top 4, you know, taken care of for the next 6 years minimum. So yeah, we really didn't need that guy coming up. We still have Caleb Jones for the top 6 on the left-hand side. Anyway, let's see what happens here. It's always nerve-wracking after you probably don't want to go all the way up there. Make a kind of a big trade, and you hope your team can perform well. We're gonna give the the defensive pairings, you know, the old college try here. So we'll see. I'm hoping everything kind of gets improved right there. Theoretically, spreading the love like that, like, because both Nurse and Seth Jones are pretty damn good at shutdown. Even though they're not a DFD and they can produce points, they're also good at the shutdown, and they've proven that. So hopefully doing this won't actually hurt our defense. If it does, well, we'll figure that out now. So Marchessault actually traded to Philadelphia for a first and a prospect. Interesting. Ottawa gets Pellick, Eberle, and D'Angelo. They trade Savoie and a couple picks. Interesting. And Detroit gets Monahan. Wow. And Minnesota gets first and a prospect. All right, some big-ass trades happening. Buffalo got rid of Ristolainen. They also gave up Siegenthaler for a first and a couple of right-winger prospects. Jesus! Huge trades happening. Whoa, that's a big one. LA gets Yossi and a 6th for Ratu and a 2nd. Interesting. Getzlaf's on waivers? Poor guy. Oh, man, his poor awareness. I was like, should I pick him up for the lulz? Kara, Twerinsky both accepted their extensions, so locked in a couple of our 4th-line grinders. And we lost 4-1 in our first game after the move, and we come back with a 4-1 win. 4-2 win. Oh, good. Strome gets injured in his first week here. Oh, that's why we got Blackwell. There you go. Get in there, son. He's been a good depth guy for us. Oh, goodness. 3-2 loss. Don't tell me we're losing offensive production. Well, it doesn't look great so far. Come on now, Edmonton. Let's go. More games like that. This has been an issue all year. Alrighty, come on now, guys. There we go. Couple good ones there. Hey, we won in the extra stuff. Ooh, I'm so tempted. I am so tempted. Another grinder for us. Do we really need him? I mean, he might be better defensively. 84, 75, 85. Fuck it. I'm just gonna grab him. Alright, okay, yeah, there is more scouting here, so let's get into that real quick. Alright, moving on here. We beat Dallas as well, so good little mini streak going on here. Let's see if we can string more together. We've lose to Anaheim. Alright. Come back with a nice win. Hopefully we're starting to kind of figure things out here. Maybe not. I don't know, man. It's tough to kind of judge. It really is. Ugh. Can we please hit 50 wins at least? Thanks. 51, 23, and 8. We did win the division. 110 points, which is pretty damn good. No precedence, but that's alright. I'm not concerned about that. I don't know, though. Did we really accomplish what we set out to accomplish with these changes, though? That kind of remains to be seen, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Throw a grinder in there. Who cares? guess we finally have depth, so we can get guys injured in the AHL. Yeah, 100%. If you do not have depth in the AHL, guys will not get injured. We didn't have freaking injuries all year. And then we pick up someone on waivers, and they're like, okay, you can get injured now. All right, so season over. Here's the big question. Did our defense improve? Did it no, our offense improved, I think. But our defense got slightly worse. Power play was still good. Penalty kills still around that 80%. Ugh. So I think maybe I should switch those defensive pairings back. So let's see how we stack up. Best offense, at least. We got it up there. I don't think we were close to that before. I mean, we were close to it, but we weren't the best. So we got the best offense. Defense, we dropped. We're still in the top 5, but we did, I think, drop down a spot. Power play. We had the best power play, so definitely the best offense. But when it comes to defense, I don't even think, we're not in the top 10 anymore. We got bounced out of there. Middle of the pack. Penalty kill. All right. So we'll take Draisaitl led the way in points. Did he tie? No, he beat McDavid by 1. So 106 points for Draisaitl, 105 for McDavid. Hornqvist still had an 81-point year, 40 goals. Wozniewski 66 points, 34 goals. Jones had good points. Wilson had 53. Puljujärvi almost hit 50. Shaw had 40. Like, look at this, man. Okay, Strome, he only had like 20-something points when he came here. So you did what? 11 points in 15 games played. That's a much, much better pace than what he was on before, and a much better pace than our second line was getting. So you got to think it's still an improvement. He did miss some time, obviously, with injury. But for the most part, I'm happy with what he did since coming here. We'll see if he could actually do more. I don't know. Just keep that up. So, like, seemingly, plus minuses got better. I mean, yeah, they did get better with these combinations, but it seemed like our goals actually got worse. Heh. Weird. Our goals against looked like it got worse, but all the defensive plus minuses are better. Interesting. So I'm not too sure what to make of that. Rough stats from Blackwood. Why give us a good goaltender? Fuck. Ugh. All right, well, I'll probably just leave things as they are right now and test them out. We could always switch things back to... If we seem to be struggling, we have plenty of options, so I could switch back to stacking with Jones and Nurse, and then if that doesn't work, we could try other things, but we're only going to have so many chances. So, I guess we'll find out what's going to work here. Let's check out what the rest of the league looks like. Oh, actually, we actually had top point scorers. Draisaitl leads the league. 100. We had, yeah, both McDavid and Draisaitl led the way. Crazy. All right, goals. Looks like it'll be Patrick Kane there with 58 at age 35. What a beast. Assist leader would be Dylan Strome with tied with McDavid with 71. We're going to be up there for plus minus for sure. Yeah, McDavid, Draisaitl's up there. Nice. A lot of Blackhawks and stuff too. Who's the most clutch? It's kind of hard to judge. Yeah, Crosby is, Kessel, JVR, and yeah, that's not as cut and dry as it sometimes it can be. Power play goal leader would be McKinnon with 18, probably the most points too. Yeah, 38 points on the power play for McKinnon. Pretty ridiculous. Shorties would be Marchand with 4. Looks like Barkov will lead the way in points with 6. Jujarkera's up there. He's getting some, he's a shorthanded threat, baby. All right, let's check out possible Selke guys. Couturier obviously up there again. Barkov's got to be up there. Yep, him and Couturier kind of neck and neck. Pedersen's got to be mentioned. Taves, not as many face-offs. I'd say right now it's looking like pretty much a 2-man race. All right, let's move on to the defense. Cale Makar. It's going to be tight between him and Boqvist, though. The game loves its plus-minus. That's an 8-point differential between Makar and Boqvist. And the plus-minus with no penalties taken either for Boqvist. That's actually impressive. So Boqvist. Boqvist and Makar, but look at that time on ice. Man, imagine point-wise what Boqvist could have done with more time on ice. Holy hell. I don't know who they'll give it to, honestly. I guess we'll find out what the game deems more important here. Let's check out some goaltenders. Oh, of course. Okay, never mind. He's not near the top, but damn. DeSmith. What a season for DeSmith. Hellebuck. Mrazek. Oh, man, that's tough. This is like a lot of close ones here, man. Because it's like, obviously these numbers are really good. Less games played. Mrazek, very similar, better goals against. So I figure like those guys should be tied, and Hellebuck should be tied because even though both of his are technically worse, he also played a hell of a lot more games. But also 7 shutouts for DeSmith. This is crazy. I might still have to give it a three-way tie, even for Hellesuck. Just because he played a lot more, 10 games more. Damn, dude. Those 7 shutouts for DeSmith. Pretty ridiculous. Wow. Alright, let's check out rookies here. Joshua Roy, 48 points. And Ryan Merkley, 48 points as well. Okay, now's the time for a goalie. Nope. Oh, wait. No. Caden Primo, not bad. DiPietro, not bad, but yeah, probably none of them enough to supplant the 48 points. Even for our judgment. We know the game doesn't give goalies the Calder. Hits, one guy. Dylan Dubé, apparently the only guy to hit 200 hits. And it's still a soft league. We got some fights going on. There you go. Poor Wieski got some playing time, so there you go. Everyone else is soft. Even Tom Wilson. Only 3 fights. Alrighty. So that's that. Check out the playoff tree here and see what's going on. Winnipeg against Colorado, the Hawks and the Wild, the Canucks and the Sharks, and us against the Stars in the East, the battle for New York, the Islanders and the Rangers, the Devils and Philly, Toronto and the Florida, and then Boston and Carolina. Alright, so that's how our playoff tree is shaken out. And let's see what we are up against. What do you got for us, Dallas? I don't think I've ever taken on Dallas before. It's been a while since we faced Dallas in the playoffs. Gurionov, Sagan, Olofsson, Ritchie, Lawton, Mantha, Ben, Strange, Seasons, Yarncroft. That's a good offense. It's very deep. It's not like elite or anything. And I mean, yeah, it's not really elite, but it's very deep. We got threats from everywhere. Okay, defensive core. I wouldn't say this is crazy or good or anything. And goaltender Bishop, well, there's your cheese. Yeah, he's going to fucking cheese the hell out of us. He's mid-low 80s, and he's in his high, late 30s. He's at, oh, Heiskanen, yeah, there's one, okay. Heiskanen's injured, so they could have him coming back at any point in time. They got some good depth as well. So, yeah, their defensive core is going to look a lot better, obviously, with Heiskanen in there. Compare him to us, though. I mean, we have a crazy good first line. The question is, can they shut down that first line? I still feel like we have a good second line. It's almost on par with their first. And we have, good grinder depth all across the board. Great chemistries everywhere. Better chemistry now in the defense. We'll see if these are the pairings that we're going to stick with. It's good, though. And then Blackwood, it's time for you to shine, man. Though I see what you did in the last playoffs. You're going to have to do that here for us, man. You can't tell me that we do not have a good defense, like, at all. We have a good defensive core. We got a bottom 6 of all grinders. Come on now. Let's go. Well, on paper, we're the better team, but you know how much that does for you here in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Home ice advantage. Here in Rogers' place or something. Game 1. We win it in overtime, 6-5. So we don't really shut them down too much, but we outscore them. That's good. Game 2. Time to shut them down defensively. Benson's back for the AHL. Let's throw him in there. We get shut out 3-0. All right, so an even series, 1 game apiece, on the road now. We lose 5-4. And we just lost a grinder to an injury. I'm gonna switch things around. I'm not happy. Not happy. I'm doing it. Going back to this. Bouchard's a minus. He has 3 points, which is great. But minus there, that's not good enough. That first line, our first unit's got to shut him down. I'm going back to that. We'll leave the offense as absolutely leave the offense as it is. All right, so we're down 2-1, but we got to keep the puck out of the net. We have yet to do that in any fucking game. Game 4. This is big. We need this dub here. We need to get the split. 3-1 loss. God damn it. Game 5. We win 2-0. There we go. Inch our way back in. Game 6. Force that Game 7, guys. Come on. Nope. And we lose 4-1. Wow, that was fucking terrible. We lose in the first round. The hell's the issue here? What is the issue here? Didn't score? Didn't keep the puck out of the net. But yeah, because why would we fucking score? We were the best offensive team. We got goal lead. What can you do? What can you do? We got goal lead, as was definitely possible. We also didn't get enough, actually any fucking production from our second line. Good. That's good to see. Good to see some things don't change. Nurse and Joe, like, what the hell? And Blackwood did absolutely shit all. Cool. Well, we got another year to see how this lineup does with a full year of being able to play together and whatever. But goddamn, getting ousted in the first round of that team, I'm completely not happy about it. How could you be? Like, that's just so shit. We are clearly the better team, and all of a sudden we get goalied. I'm not even gonna say anything. We clearly, I mean, we also allowed some goals, which is bullcrap. I feel like we should have been much better defensively, but you know, whatever. A team's gonna score if they want to. We win that game, which is great, but allowed a lot of goals. Then we get shut out, and then we lose that game where we should have goddamn won. And then that game's winnable, maybe even an empty netter in there. We don't score enough. We get a 2-0 shutout, and then we don't score enough. Like, what the fuck? Just 3 games where we didn't score. And honestly, 2 of those are winnable. Like, that's so frustrating, man. It's like if they shut down our top line, we've got nothing. But I don't want to have to put fucking Wisniewski on the second line because he's not a second liner. Would it even made a difference? Maybe I could have tried that out. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I could have spread some of that love too, but I felt like it was more defense, and then, well, whatever. That's frustrating, man. We make it to the cup, and then we lose second round. Now we lose first round. It feels like we're regressing, but it feels like our team's getting better, and that's a super frustrating position to be in. I don't know what else to say to it. It's just incredibly frustrating. So that's it. Wrapped up in the next one. A quick, abrupt end of the season after I thought we made the right moves, but maybe not. But again, we have an extra year to see if this will work. We have another year on Strome. We have another year on Blackwood. It's time to get shit going. And maybe we'll have that new DFD coming up and being ready. Broberg's a wild card. I don't know if we'll be able to hold on to him. We'll see what happens, though. So thank you guys for watching. Tough way to end things, but I don't know. It's just how it goes sometimes. So hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.